much. I might go eco driving for another level.
I just did it to my first profile, and I had mods in there, or my ATS when I had mods, so I didn't want to.
Ooh, I can get doubles and refrigerated side doors. Awesome. What can we put on the truck now? Wow. Great choice. I'm kind of liking the way my truck looks at the moment. So, time to pull out the parking spot. Let's look out the front window while we're doing that. So, you're buying the dealership. Are you back in yet?
I'm coming in now.
Okay. I'm going to park up in this yard. I think I'm just down the road from where the Hamburg garage is. Actually, you know what I should do? I should go explore the town.
Now there's a recruitment center down the road.
Yes, there is. And there's a truck dealership as well, by the looks of it.
Yes, starts with an I, however you pronounce it.
Iveco?
Yeah. I haven't done anything with them yet. I bought a Mini for the heavy haul. Then I got a Mercedes for just normal.
I've just got the Scania on this profile. On my single player profile, I've got a goodly number of garages and I think 150 drivers. So I'm making money hand over fist on my single player profile.
You get enough garages with enough drivers, it seems like that.
Well, yeah, it's like I take it. Okay, I'll pick a haul for 20 minutes, and in the end of 20 minutes, I'm in a new town. I can buy the garage there. I can expand it too large. I can buy 5 new trucks and pay for 5 new drivers and pick another 20-minute haul. And so, yeah, I'm expanding to a new city every time I go out for a drive. Which is kind of crazy. But again, going back to a starter profile, it does mean I have to work for everything. Also with multiplayer, you don't get the income like you do with single play because your truck drivers don't. Your truck drivers don't work in multiplayer.
Sitting at the repair shop here.
Okay, I've just pulled up in the Iveco dealership. So you ready to find a job? Job market, external contracts. And we are in Hamburg. Where do you want to go now? Should we go over to the Netherlands?
Repair.
Let's see if Amsterdam's an option. How close is Amsterdam? Dortmund. Okay. Gonna have to start clicking on stuff. Dortmund. Oh. So Groningen in the Netherlands. Fish fingers. Amsterdam. Tableware. Also Amsterdam. Some big asphalt thing. Okay. Tableware to Amsterdam. You got that?
I can't find anything going to Amsterdam.
It's that you should be have fragile goods, do you?
Fragile goods?
Yeah. I've got tableware, but then I've got empty pallets to Cologne, and then I've got an asphalt miller to Amsterdam. So, well, we could go to.
I'm not showing anything to Amsterdam.
Okay, what have you got? Belgium?
Bree,
Brie.
St. Alban.
Sorry, say again.
What is it, St. Albans? That's a heavy haul though.
Yeah.
I'll butcher these, Montpellier.
Montpellier. What country is that in?
Oh, it's France.
Okay, I can do France. Let me see.
There's, Florida.
Oh, Montpellier. That's a long run. Let's see. That's all the way down south. Let's pick something a little bit shorter than that.
I have, Budapest.
Budapest. Keep going shorter routes. Let's see. Metz, did you say?
Here's the Amsterdam.
Okay, you have found Amsterdam.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go to Amsterdam.
People where, I didn't go for, I must have skipped that page.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for shorter trips. We already done an hour. So I'm kind of looking to shorter trips to fill out another hour.
I'm not familiar with that, country, so where towns are, let alone how to pronounce them. Oh, Milo's right around the corner.
Yep, mine too. Ouch. And sorry about the rumbling of the wheel. I will try and figure out how the force feedback works before the next session. I don't think it's quite dark enough for street lights to turn on, but it's...
The stoplights.
Oh, the stoplights.
You just had 2 stoplights that weren't with it.
That's interesting. I have a stoplight that is at stop. I think I just went past my... oh no, I didn't.
We're not in the same server again?
Yes, we did. Are you on Euro 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's pull that up and see what I can see. I can't see you here, I must admit.
Maybe do it again. I know it. I didn't see it. They kicked me again. Or I'll just log out again and...
Okay. I'll pick up the load and hang around in the yard. Squeak. There we go. And park over there. That's the Christmas tree. Yeah, I wish there were more customizable options on ATS.
Yeah, they need to come up with more trucks, even if they're fictional.
I don't even mind that. I mean, okay, there are more truck manufacturers in Europe than there are in America, typically. Yeah, when you think of all the minor truck manufacturers that just didn't make it over to America. But the fact that I can chrome up just about everything, I can, put running lights everywhere. And I think the problem with ATS is there are some trucks that you have the option to include running lights along the side, but it's not like it's fully customizable like the ETS models are. I've got orange lights on the front of my truck all over the front grille, and you can't do that in ATS. Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and take off and I can catch up with you.
Oh, you think? Okay.
If it'll put me in here.
I figured I'd hang around and see if you got in. I've got a bunch of truckers just arriving, so I'll let them
There was a bunch of truckers when I logged in the first time.
Oh, okay.
At the garage, but I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, now they're all out the way. I think one of them did a easy park job. Yeah, you park it. I can get out without risking you have left the collision zone and hitting them on the way out. So, we are out and we are rolling.
It's putting me in ghost mode. What's that mean?
Ghost mode means that you're not an impactable object, no matter where you are on the map. So, let's say you'd logged out on the highway, and you're logging back in. You're in ghost mode, which means if you suddenly appear, nobody else is going to crash into you until you actually start moving your truck.
Well, this time I see people, so I'm here.
And I can't see a damn thing. There we go. Lights are on. Okay, let's have a look who's on. Yep, you're in my... I can see you listed. You're the furthest person away from me, so I'll take it a slow run out of town. Let you catch up.
Okay, as soon as people get on my way. One jackknife right there. Opening. Apparently parked right in the middle of the opening.
Looks like I want to turn left. Oh yes, I have to turn left here. And once again, we can't see the traffic signals. God of Thunder has been kicked. What the heck?
I got kicked for not having my headlights on.
Oh! Yeah, that can be a thing.
I'll turn my headlights on.
Yeah, that's other things you can get set with. What is it? In ghost mode, it gives you a chance to get your truck set up before you start doing anything. So,
I'm sure where it's going to put my load at now. Have to get another one. I will.
If you're attached to it, it should be. It should still be attached.
It's the case. They should make headlights on all the time.
Well, I think it is a legal requirement in many countries in Europe.
Oh, I'm just saying for the game, that should be a default.
Yeah.
Stay on. In the U.S. now, most everything has daytime running lights. You can't turn off.
Okay, I'm running about 63 kilometers an hour, which is about 38 miles an hour, I'm guessing. Oh, the other thing I should be getting delivered next week is a steering wheel stand that folds down so I can stick it under the desk. But that should pretty much eliminate the vibrations from the steering wheel that the microphone picks up.
Yeah.
And enable me to put the microphone back in front of my face as opposed to a foot and a half off to the side. Which is probably why I sound so quiet to you.
I have a corner desk, and I have like an inch and a half of it, so it's mounted up there, but it's not the way it's supposed to be. But that's not all I can do.
Well, and mine is convenient. The problem is, when I started streaming, I had a headset and and a mic attached to the headset. The sound quality wasn't brilliant, so I bought myself a decent microphone. And the problem with that is it picks up everything, and because I initially had it on the same table as the steering wheel, all of the rumbling of the steering wheel got quite amplified by the microphone. Now what was it? It was SCS Software does Truck Sim. This last week they produced a gallery of people's setups where you've got guys with 3 screens and the steering wheel and what have you. A couple that were quite interesting is they had double desks, so they had sort of a low desk sticking out the front and then a high desk with all the monitors on. But what that meant was the steering wheel's on the low desk, so the vibration from the steering wheel isn't affecting any of the rest of their kit. So that's obviously an option, not one that I have, because I as I said, I'm a computer programmer. I work from home, and I need to be able to sit at a keyboard and program, so I can't have the steering wheel sat in front of me all day. So the steering wheel is something I have to get out at night when I want to play games that involve driving.
Right.
But I figured, some of the steering wheel stands, and I had to look at a bunch a couple of weeks ago, and there's some where there's an extension pole that the steering wheel sits on, there's a base that the pedals go on, but the pole folds down so you can slide the steering wheel under your desk when you're not using it. And I figure that's going to be convenient. Although I will be sitting further away from my desk.
Where my wheel mounts in the 90-degree corner, it's out of the way, and my keyboard tray's underneath it.
Yeah, I couldn't do a keyboard tray underneath it. That would put the keyboard tray about the level of my knees. And the seat's as low as it'll go.
Yeah, my desk is to the height I wanted.
Now, over the course of this year, we're going to be refitting the office anyway. We've got, it's kind of a junk room at the moment, most of it. But we'll be tidying it all up. And I've got a section of wall that, because of all the junk in front of it, I haven't finished painting it. But the plan is to move the junk, paint the wall, and then build a desk in the corner that fits our needs. And at that point, I'll be able to set up a better broadcasting studio, if you like. I mean, obviously it's not going to be studio quality. Hello, Mr. Helicopter. I'm not speeding. But that's going to be happening sort of later in the year when I can get the garage open and not be in less than freezing weather
Yeah.
to do all the woodworking. So you back in yet?
Yeah, man, I'm traveling. I'm trying to catch up.
Okay, I'm holding at 62. I've just passed a group of about 3 truckers going the other way.
Damn. Do that song if I want to. Yeah, I'm telling I'm running 90. I should be able to catch it pretty quickly.
Yeah, we're on the one.
Hi there. Passed a bunch of traffic.
Right, you might not be that far behind me then. I don't have anyone on track at the moment.
Just passed somebody sitting on the right side and a bunch of them traveling down on the left side of the road.
Okay, I didn't pass. There was nobody on the side when I've driven through. I'll keep the locator up. See when you show up. Ooh, I'm gonna need some fuel soon. Well, not soon. Yeah, I'm down to about half. I just took economy driving as my new skill at the last delivery point. Okay, I've got Melora Espero approaching from head on. And God of Thunder approaching from the rear. And now you've disappeared.
I'm sorry, it hasn't took me yet.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're at the limits of the players closest to you. So you're sort of popping in and popping out. As you get closer, you'll...
I've been watching that Taylor Farms.
You're about 600 meters behind me.
And, they've got a lot of stuff that they, made for FS19. Their planters, he said the other night, if you plant with the herbicide, the weed killer,
Yeah.
you will not get weeds until after harvest.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm wondering what Seasons is going to bring, because I hear that they're messing around with weeds, and they're also making it that you can't produce hay immediately. You have to mow the grass and you have to let it dry out. And tedding will let it dry out quicker, but it will not make it dry out immediately. So it'll be interesting to see how that implements itself, whether they're getting rid of grass rotting immediately, or grass rotting within 2 days, and maybe instead of rotting, grass turns into hay, and hay rots when it rains on it. So your challenge is going to be in the future, not the fact that your grass rots, but the fact that you need a couple of days to mow the grass, turn it into hay before the rain comes and destroys all your hay. That could be a challenge.
How they'll handle the silage.
Silage, I don't know. I mean, silage for FS17 with Seasons. They just said it takes 1/3 of a season to brew a load of silage. And it doesn't.
Go ahead and mow it and wrap it, and then it's got to sit there and wait.
Yeah, so you can either stick it in a bunker, and wait a third of a season, or you can wrap it and you still have to wait a third of the season. Whereas, in the base game, if you wrap it, it becomes silage immediately. If you put it in a bunker, it takes 24 hours before it turns into silage. Well, with seasons, they said a third of a season. So if you're playing, I play 6-day seasons, it takes 2 days for it to brew. If you play 24-day seasons, it's going to take 8 days for it to brew. But because it's all wrapped or covered, it doesn't get destroyed. It just sits there and it remains as grass or chaff until it hits the brew point, and then it converts. So that, I mean, obviously the way I play it with 6-day seasons, if I cut grass, it'll decay in 2 days whether I bale it or not. If I wrap it, it won't decay, and after 2 days it will become silage and thus be useless for use as grass. So I couldn't feed the sheep with it, for example. However, if you played 24-day seasons, it'll decay in 2 days, or you can wrap it and it will remain wrapped grass for 8 days until until it turns to silage. So you could technically keep grass for longer and still feed your sheep with it.
With it going bad, what you do is just gotta constantly cut grass to feed them.
Yes, yeah. I mean, on the farm, I run law folds on a Saturday morning, Farm Sim 17, and there's a guy parked on the side of the road. And for that, I am cutting a patch of grass every 2 days. I've got a front mower and loading wagon, and what I used to do was fill up the loading wagon, empty as much as the cows needed, and put the rest in the silage bunker. And at the end of the season, I just covered it over. I compacted it, covered it over, and turned it into silage. The problem with the farm is there's one silage bunker, so now I don't have anywhere to put excess grass. Strong recommendation: if you start a farm in FS19, it's really useful to have a double bunker, because you can have one, you can load one, once it's loaded, cover it over, and it becomes silage. You can now use that silage, and you can use the second bunker to prepare for the next batch.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it rots. You don't have to cover it immediately.
Chaff doesn't rot.
Well, I mean, like, you cut in the grass and you put it in the silage bunker.
It becomes chaff, and chaff doesn't rot.
Oh, okay.
So obviously for the first year I was cutting the grass and sticking it in the silage bunker. I went for from spring through to fall, and on the last day of fall I compacted it all and covered it over. But for the following year, I now have one bunker that's full of silage, and I don't have anywhere to store the chaff right now.
Been tempted to find a seasons map, and here I got people passing this. Be careful.
Okay.
A seasons map and play it on 17, just to see if they get the gist of it before 19 comes out.
Yeah. Now there are going to be changes, but much like there were changes in. Yes. Now the farm I'm playing is not seasons ready. So what is it? If a map was prepared for seasons, then you don't get snow in the barns, because all the barns are defined on the map with a sort of what they call a snow mask. So snow doesn't fall. Well, snow falls out of the sky, but it doesn't settle on the ground. So you don't get snow in your barns, and some of them you don't get snow on the major roads. It's assumed the local council is clearing off the major roads. Now the farm tracks, that's your problem. If you want to move the snow, you can. It also means that you can store loose or baled straw and hay in a barn and it doesn't get destroyed. But if you leave your straw and hay bales out on a field or loose and it rains, you lose it. It gets, it rots and destroys. Now, if the map is not seasons prepared, then there's no snow mask. So the compromise they make is they say loose straw and hay gets destroyed when it rains, and bales don't get destroyed when it rains. And if you want to sort of honour the what do you call it? If you want to honour the implementation of seasons, then what I do is I bale everything up and I put it into a barn. It won't decay out on the field, but I stick it in a barn anyway, because that's what I would have to do if I was playing on a seasons map. And then, there's other little things that compromises because you don't have a snow mask. And basically, the seasons module or mod looks at it and says, "Oh, this map doesn't have a snow mask, therefore I'll make allowances because I don't know where the barns are. I don't know where you can safely store stuff. So I'll just assume that all bales are safe and all loose is not safe." But I get snow settling in the barns, which isn't so hot. So we're nearly to Amsterdam, and it is 9:30.
Watch out, there's a truck coming with the power.
Okay. Ooh. It's okay. Oh, this is the stupid place where speed limits keep going up and down. We have to turn right up here, maybe. Yeah, it's looking that way.
Have you put your dual streams on hold for a while now?
No, I haven't started dual streams yet.
I know you said you guys got foster kids.
Yeah. Basically, my plan was, before we got the foster kids, was I'm going to see out. We're in February right now, so I'm still going to carry on doing the current streaming schedule. So Warships Monday, Farm Sim 19 on Tuesday on Estancia Lapacho, alternate ETS ATS on Thursday, and the multiplayer farm on Friday. And that's my current schedule. Now from the first week in March, the schedule I was planning to change it so that I'm doing 2 streams Monday, Tuesday, 1 stream on Wednesday, and then 2 streams Thursday and Friday. I think we keep going. I might be following the guide who's in front of us. Nope. Okay. I think we're turning in here. Now, because I have the foster kids, it's kind of changed a little bit. My current streaming schedule has completely changed so that streams start at 8 o'clock or later, whereas before I would start some of them at 7. But outside of that, current schedule stands. Now, when I go to multiple streams a night, I think the plan is after 8 o'clock I will play games that you can't stop playing. So for example, with World of Warships, I could take a break every 20 minutes, but I can't drop out in the middle of a battle. So that's an impractical game to play before 8 o'clock in the evening, because before 8 I need to deal with kids. I need to have the ability to say, okay, I've got to go and deal with some kids and then I'll be back. But something like Farm Sim does work